What is going on, guys? My name is Rockabos. Welcome to another video. Now today we are playing Empire again, and this time we are facing none other than Vampire Counts. Now this is like the most iconic matchup in the Warhammer history, and there were like multiple vampire war happened, and it's always fun to see some humans just bashing those undead. And now, wait no further, let's jump straight into my opponent's zombie composition. So for the front line, one unit of zombies. These guys are very good, and recently I think CA actually changed their cost to only 100 gold, which is huge. Because before, zombies were like okay, but still, in my opinion, a little bit overpriced. But right now at 100, they are actually quite good. And for the second line, we got 2 units of skeleton spears and 2 units of skeleton warriors. For the back line, the bread and butter grave guts. And the vampire grave guts actually are the best infantry they can get. And these guys are very resilient. They have silver shield, which is very nice. And they have decent amount leadership. They have anti-infantry of 8, which basically puts them at 30-ish melee attack, which is very good. And they also have 39 melee defense, which is also very decent. And actually one of them are grave guts with great weapon. Now recently I actually changed my opinion towards these guys. I think these guys are very solid now after so many patches, because they used to be just utterly useless, but right now I think in a lot of matchups where you want to really have an AP infantry to cut through those armored infantry, these guys are actually the way to go. They have a huge amount of AP damage. They have bonus infantry 10, which is 2 more than the basic grave guts. And they also received a little bit buff in terms of charge bonus, I think. So all to all, I think they are actually at a decent spot. And according to Zoo Devil's infantry test, I think these guys are just a little bit below average, which was expected, because they have so many healing mechanic, and they are supposed to be not that elite anyways. And now let's jump into the back line, which is 1 unit of skeleton spearsmen. That's all the infantry my opponent had brought. And here on the battlefield, there's a black coach. Black coach is actually a very good pick, because recently the chariot meta really sinked in deep, and stuff like black coach used to be basically never been picked before, but nowadays you see these guys quite often. And black coach actually has a lot of good abilities, like Strider is insane. And here imbue the fire damage and plus 40% AP, that's also very good. And also here 18% charge speed and 36% charge bonus. Like all these abilities while engaged in melee are absolutely nuts. These guys can actually dish out a lot of damage. And then on the battlefield, there are 2 corpse guard on Holy Lantern. These guys are very good. Unholy Notestone, alright, Unholy Notestone. So these guys, the reason why they are so good is that they have 2 ability. Unholy Limestone, which basically regenerates the hit points of all the combatants, like within the radius, which is like huge, like a 40 meters radius, which is like 2 units width. And then you also have the Vigor Mortis, which is plus 5 melee defense and plus 5 melee attack. We all know that the ability from Toonpin lords like Arkham the Black and etc., which is basically the same buff, and we all know how strong this buff can be. And with this buff, I think it actually puts those Grave Guards at a very decent spot. You see this unit here, 2436, and this unit here, 39. I'm not sure whether they are within the range though. No, they didn't even receive that. And these guys are at rank 2. So basically, you see the Skeleton Spears with the buff actually has 35 melee defense, which is huge. And there are 2 of them. And then, leadership in command here is Vlad, the Vampire Daddy. He is the beast. He's so tanky, and also he has an insane amount of melee stats, and also very heavily armored. Very good weapon strength, but a little bit on the low side of AP. And then he has Master of Begements, basically a debuff which lowers the melee attack by 44 is huge. And then Arcane Conduit, Winds of Death, very interesting pick. Raise that, Invocation of Nehek, mandatory stuff, and the Hunger, and the Curse of Undeath. So basically, Wind of Death is actually quite smart here, because against the loadout I have, Wind of Death can actually dish out a lot of damage. And finally, we have 2 units of Blood Knights. And I think I spent a little bit more time to introduce Vampire, because I think they definitely need more love. Because recently, I know that after patches, they actually got nerfed quite a bit. The Invocation of Nehek used to be like an AoE healing. Now it's a maximum 4 unit healing, which really just make vampires suffer, in my opinion. But look at those Blood Knights, they're absolutely gorgeous. And that's my opponent's army. Now let's jump back to my army. And sorry, there's one more unit here. These are the Regiments of Renowned Dire Packs. And I think they have anti-large, right? Yeah, they have anti-large of 14, which is good. And they cause fear. Now let's jump into my army. Lord in command here is none other than Karl Franz himself on the Deathclaw. Like, this is the most iconic empire, like the emperor himself leading the army here, which is just very graphic, and there's like a shiny little glow around him as well, which is pretty good. And then at the front, I have 2 spearsmen, 2 greatswords, and these greatswords are just fighting side by side. And I got 2 ranks of them. These guys used to be my favorite units back in game 1, because they're just retardedly OP. Because they used to just basically melt things down by just charging at people. And now they are sort of average, mediocre anti-infantry AP infantry. And then at the back, I have 1, 2, 3 more spears. So 5 spears in total. And then I have Sigma Sons, which is the Regiments of Renown of Swordsmen. These guys are unbreakable. They have very good melee stats. So basically I just need somebody to kill the zombies fast, and these guys can kill zombies quite fast. And for my range department, I have the one and only silver bullets. I have no idea, like I just lost count how many times these guys actually won me the game. And these guys with their magic missile, with their high missile AP damage, they can dish out so much damage and in a quite short amount of time as well. And these guys, the model looks absolutely gorgeous. And then on the side, I have 2 more gunners, but these guys are just 3 complete militias. I think I have 3, right? 1, 2, and 3. There you go. 3 complete militias at the front. These guys, what's good about them is that they actually have very good melee stats, and on top of that, they actually have missile damage, and they have an ammunition of 18. They don't really have a lot of AP damage, but give them some time, they can actually dish out some hurt. And then for my backline, I have 2 units of demigriffs with halberds. And if you watch my channel for a long time, you will know I have some close bound to this unit, and I'm really just a fan of a man sitting on a griffin, and you know, it's just so pretty, so damn gorgeous. Look at the butt with the skull on top of it, it's just amazing. And that's it. Oh, finally, I have my caster here, a Jade Wizard on foot. He's rocking with Power Stone, Earth Blood, and Regrowth, and Life Bloom. Pretty mandatory stuff. And let's just basically get the stuff rolling now. Alrighty, Carfrance is just pushing up and trying to, you know, intimidate these dark packs a little bit. And then I'm gonna just speed up things a little bit, because right now it's just me trying to push the pace, trying to push maybe here to engage, because we have a little bit slope here. And then Carfrance actually diving quite bravely onto that corpse cut. The reason why I dive Carfrance in was because all these Blood Knights and the Dire Pack is actually not in a range to catch my Carfrance, and then I dish out a lot of damage onto the corpse cut, almost bring it down straight away. And then I also wasted the invocation of the hack from Vlad, which is always good. And now it's the time for Cal to, yeah, there you go, that's the command. And now it's the time for him to get away. I popped Foe Seeker as well, just to, you know, get some initial boost of speed. And then finally managed to get Cal away from this Blood Knights just in time, barely, which is quite risky, because normally I will never suggest such a move, because if Carfrance just die here, which is gonna just, things just really gonna go south very, very fast. And then my opponent is actually reacting to Carfrance, which is very good, because you really need to keep your Blood Knights close to defend your important units. And then my opponent is about to set up. And the other thing I want to mention is that I am actually actively trying to push the place by advancing my entire army, and I want to fight somewhere here so I can get some advantage if I can park a, let's say, spearsman unit at this terrain here. So things gonna come to then, and gonna have an uphill battle, which is nice. And also, if I camp here, sort of have a little bit upper elevation of the terrain, then my handguns will have, like, all these gunners will have a easier time to connect. And that's the reason behind that move. Let's put back to the normal speed. My opponent is actually adjusting the line, and just waiting for me to engage. And then I managed to park my 9 here, which is exactly what I wanted. And now I just need to maybe pushing a little bit further. There you go, because I noticed that my gunners are still not in range. So I really just want to get my guns in, and there you go, almost there. And now these zombies are actually rushing in valiantly into my greatswords. I'm not sure whether that's a good idea, and they are getting shot at by those 3 complete militias. And there you go, the greatswords charging in straight onto those zombies. And then Carfrance dive onto that corpse cut and did a touch of damage as well. And here I need to just push Calfrance back out this direction. There you go. And then get my great swords in to just basically get everybody involved. And then Silver Bullets actually managed to fire a shot at Vlad, which is nice. And then maybe another bullet. There you go. And right now there's a summon unit casted onto my free companies. And what's good about free company militia is that they can actually kill off this zombie unit without losing a lot of models. And then incoming the Blood Knights, a glorious charge straight onto these free company militias. And then Sigma Sons actually countercharge in, same as the Demigrips, and everybody is just here and just having a gigantic blob. And those Blood Knights actually got pulled back straight away. And right now I'm gonna slow things a little bit, because right now everybody, the front line is basically all engaged except those one unit of skeleton spears. So right now Vlad and Graveguard and Great Weapon and the Graveguard unit is currently slaughtering my great swords. And here Spearsman is fighting skeleton warriors and skeleton spears. So on this flank is completely in favor of vampire counts. In the center though, those Blood Knights actually had a world of trouble fighting those Demigrips and the Sigma Sons. And here I actually charged my Demigrips in onto these Graveguards, and also I popped the Raglan's Rune Fan. So right now all these Great Swords and Demigrips are gaining a lot of melee attack, which means those Graveguards gonna suffer a lot. And here I think all my can guns are targeting those Blood Knights, because the thing about Blood Knights is that they do have this this trait, which is quite nice, the Flag of Blood Keep. But the thing is, once they engage in melee, this buff is gone. So basically, before they engage in melee, they are very resilient to missile fire. But once they are in melee, like in this case, they are very vulnerable to missile fire. And you just make sure you need to take advantage of that, and see with the support of the guns and all these Demigrips, those Blood Knights actually having a world of trouble, and right now is about to crumble to death. And here Calfrance is about to dive onto that Black Coach once again, and that was a nice little double hit, double combo. And right now Empire is just holding strong. And I got the center pocket is definitely in favor of Empire, because this Demigryph helps are very good at taking on those Blood Knights. And also with the support of Spearsman, oh my gosh, almost missed a Wind of Death. And I believe that Wind of Death actually killed more zombies than my free company militias. And here, those Great Swords actually routed, and they are pretty bad, but I don't really blame them, because after all they are fighting two units of a Graveguards and also the Vlad Daddy himself. So yeah, and these guys actually pushed in onto one of my free company militias, which is kinda bad for me as well. So basically on this flank is just vampire overrun me, but Silver Bullets still online, they're still firing, and right now they are targeting that Black Coach, that Corpse Cart, and that Corpse Cart is crumbling already. And here, the Black Coach is coming in hot. I'm gonna take a nice little angle here to see the impact damage of that Black Coach. There you go, onto my spears. I actually managed to get stopped by the spears, which is pretty good. I thought it's gonna be like a epic slaughter, but anyways, currently my Silver Bullets are still just killing that Corpse Cart, which is fantastic. And Calfrance actually come back and take on that Black Coach with the support of 2 units of Demigryph help, which is insane. Like that Black Coach needs to get put out straight away. And then I managed to basically sort of consolidate my fighting line here by pulling back my demis, and also with the support of the spears, I managed to hold the ground. And then Cal actually managed to dive on Vlad and having a 1v1 situation here. And also Vlad actually popped that Master of Benjamin, basically lowered Cal Fran's speed, immediate attack to 12, which means right now, even though I popped Foe Seeker and Stand Your Ground, I'm not gonna do any damage onto Vlad, which is kinda bad. And then in the center pocket here, 2 dummies are actually about to just basically make a short work of the summon zombie unit. And at the front, I have to say, these great swords, they are really legendary. They held the entire pocket for like, how long? I don't know, like for maybe 5 minutes already. And they're just absolutely slaughtering those undead. Right now, those that black coach is coming back in and dive onto them as well, but they already killed 155 undead and they're about to rack up more kills, which is incredible. And then on this flank, 2 units of spears are stacking onto that skeleton spearsman. They're gonna hold very solidly, but I'm not sure whether that's a good idea. I think a better move would be putting 1 unit here to set up like another defense line here. And then this angering Blood Knights about to charge in. I'm not sure whether I'm reacting, but let's just basically watch them dive onto those 3 companies. And I believe my silver bullets were targeting them. There you go. Absolutely butchering those great swords and also those 3 companies. But incoming the demigriffs, a counter charge at the back of those Blood Knights. And now the epic showdown between the demis and the Blood Knights. And this is all we wanted in this matchup. The demigriffs fighting Blood Knights. Just very graphic, very epic shots. I think demis are actually killing them. Yeah, there you go. Demis are absolutely coming on top in this trade. Because Blood Knights actually got initial charge, but then they actually got charged back on by those demis. And then on the battlefield, right now looks really in favor of Empire. VampireCon still has a very decent pocket here. 2 units of Grave Guards and very healthy Grave Guards with great weapon. But the thing is, the rest of the battlefield is pretty much all Empire. Even though unlike those silver bullets still just untouched, pretty much. Still has 61 models left, which is only 7 models were killed, which is great. And then right now they are targeting that black coach. Sorry, that corpse cart. And here, Carl Franz still just looking to dive onto that Vlad Daddy. And here, this battle is about to resolve, and Demigriff's definitely gonna come on top of this one. There you go. That's some really epic shots actually. This Imperial Griffins actually looks so gorgeous. And Blood Knights looks great as well. And you know, it's always fun to watch this duel. And then on this flank, that Corpse Guy is actually having a lot of trouble keeping up. And then finally we have an epic duel here, Blood against Carl Franz. And Carl Franz is actually very capable dueler as well. And then I believe I'm gonna just basically pull Carl Franz back up again. And Vlad right now is just with the support of the Grave Guards with great weapon, he's just butchering the spearsman. And now he's gonna push in with the strong pocket of Grave Guards with great weapon. And now they're gonna just dive onto those demigriffs. There you go. There you go. That one demigriff knight is about to get killed by Vlad. There you go. And then Carl Franz is right here with support of multiple. Oh my gosh, look at those demiurges coming, just absolutely toasting those Great Cuts and set them flying. And now Carl Franz and the Imperial Griffins are just butchering those Great Cuts with great weapon, and now they're just basically crumbled. And more on their side, just basically crawling out from the ground, and those Imperial Griffins are still just, oh my gosh, and that's the end. I think Vlad actually finally died here. What was Vlad's code? And yeah, apparently that's the game. So all to all, I think this is by no means a bad pick, especially the pick of a Black Coach. I think I think one Black Coach just won't really perform that well against this kind of loadout, because Demigryphs Knights with Halberds actually can somewhat counter Black Coach, but definitely very interesting to see the pick of Black Coach. And also Black Knights always gonna perform, but unfortunately these guys actually got countercharged by Demis in the very beginning, and also they got quickly taken out by those focus fire from all these gunners. Graveguards, like as I said, Graveguards with great weapon actually are a very solid unit now. Like 121 kills are really no joke. And then we have like 134 kills on Graveguards and 52. Like all the Graveguards always gonna perform for Vampire, like just hands down. Skellies did their job. Vlad Daddy actually killed 45 models just by himself, which is absolutely amazing. But the thing is, the thing about this army is that my opponent wasn't really able to occupy my silver bullets and also those free company munitions quickly enough before they actually dished out a lot of damage, especially the silver bullets. Like they dished out so much damage onto all these Blood Knights and Corpse Card, as well as the Black Coaches. And also this army, apart from the Blood Knights, you don't really have an answer to Carl Franz. And I guess you do, because you have all these knights and the dire packs. But the thing is, they're just not very. They just didn't perform really well in terms of catching Carl Franz in this game. But anyways, that's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to go to the Discord channel, and we're gonna have a lot of fun there in the future as well. And for now, Archibald signing off.